Welcome to Pinball Mayhem. My name's Jeremy, and as I'm editing this video, I realize that I did a horrible job and I am out of focus on here. And instead of subjecting you to that horror, we'll just do a little post-production intro. So, if you haven't seen the first video on this series, it is about my history with the jukebox, which I think is pretty cool. I like this jukebox. I've had it for quite a while, and you might like it. This video is going to be about tearing into the jukebox, of course, and making it work again, getting that gummy pickup arm working good. I hope you enjoy it, and also, at the end of this video, we're going to test it out with a special tune by Scott Danesi. If you haven't heard of him, please check out scottdanesi.com. He's got a lot of awesome music, and really want to say thank you very much, Scott, for letting me use the music in the videos. Program display is really easy to get out. There's just two main connectors for it. Just the one harness here. And then for my lights, I have a separate harness. We have to disconnect the chain over here. Then we just lift up on the bottom a little bit, pull it out. Actually has feet on the back side of it so it can lay down on the ground just like that. That'll be handy for when we work on it later. Okay, let's plug it in and see what it'll do. Well, the rotation motor works. Okay. Let's see if we can make a selection. And we'll see what it does. Let's see. We'll go... See, the first CD is out. Let's go 0501. Barely grabbed it and did not set it on there correctly. Alright. Let's shut it off. Now, here's the problem. It didn't grip it tightly, so when we turn it back on, we'll hit the reject here. Let's see, reject should still be attached on something. Now when we turn the mechanism back on, it should fail to grab it. Alright, let's hit reject here. Yep, failed to grab it. That is why we got to clean this piece right here. Good, everything else seemed to work really good. So, as far as the mechanism is determined, this disc made it back into the magazine, which of course it did not. Okay, this is the pin we have to knock out. We cannot knock it out while it's in the rest position. We'll have to knock it out when it's in the play position, because we can't knock that pin sideways easy enough, and I'm not going to take all this apart to remove this mechanism. So since we're doing it in position, let's get it back into play, which isn't too difficult. We'll just select 00 here that doesn't have a disc, and we'll get it over into play there. Alright, it is now in position and we've got access to this right here. This is a spring-loaded deal, so we'll be able to pop that pin out and hopefully reassemble it correctly. So what we're going to need is a hammer. Small one will work great. And what you really need is a pin punch. What a pin punch is it's got a little dimple on the very top to keep it centered. We're going to use one of these itty-bitty ones here, and we will punch that guy out, and it'll make it much easier, and we won't damage it. The trick is to get it out just enough so the pin doesn't drop down and get lost, but far enough so where we can pull everything apart. And of course, I dropped the pin punch. Might just get my finger under there just in case. There it goes. You gotta watch out for when it gets really easy to push out, because that means it's probably just about out. There it goes. Alright. That is what we want. Out far enough. And now I got the video to watch me, but I just got to make sure I install this correctly, because it's possible to install it various ways. Here, our other piece came out of there. Let's see, let's get this stuff out of the way. Careful not to damage the CD player. Here's another piece here. This can go a couple different ways. Doesn't really matter. Again, these are very similar parts that are used on a 45 RPM player. This one says CD, probably so you know it's on the CD player. And now here's our arm. That, because since we know it sits this way, it's only going to go on one way. Then we've got this piece right in here. Yeah, so the sticky part is between the outer half of this mechanism and the inner half. If I rotate this, it is extremely gummy right in here. So we'll have to take this apart as well. There are 3 screws that hold on this side, and I believe this gear will pop off. Not quite sure how that happens. It's been a while since I've had it apart. Now this joint and this joint are really good, but right in here is where we got our problem. You could, of course, add lubricant in there and it would free it up for a while, but it's only a temporary fix. Yeah, there must be a fastener on the end here. So let's see. Okay, let's take this piece off. Here's a circlip on the end here. We will pop off. Hopefully not have it go flying. Alright, excellent. Then in our bucket. You got that spring to deal with as well. Spring is on the shaft, alright. Okay, good. That'll be fun to figure out later. Okay. Alright, that certainly makes things a little more We can see what's going on here. Could probably get it with a stubby on the underside. Well, this is definitely not a stubby screwdriver. Maybe we can get lucky and rotate this plastic part out of the way. Or maybe we can get lucky and sneak in. Oh, beautiful. There we go. That is the way to do it. Alright. Move the camera around and see what we got. Okay, actually you can see pretty darn good. We have to get this screw off next, and then this gear will pop right off, and then we'll have access to that other piece. We got the control computer kind of right in our way. This screw is not very tight, which isn't a good thing, but it's not terrible. We got a lock washer and a flat washer. I think that flat washer is a little sticky. Yep. Got a slot that it goes in. We'll just very carefully pry it in a couple spots. Should come off. Beautiful. Alright. And with all luck, since this still turns but very gummy, we should be able to slide it out. And then this piece will come off, and then we'll be able to get this gear out of the way. Yeah, this thing is just really gummy and sticky. Just some old lubricant. Very common. Let's see if we can get this in here. Push it out. Without damaging. You don't want to have any burrs on it. That would be bad. And I don't want to grab it with pliers because that'll mar it up. But I could install the screw and maybe grab that with the pliers. Thread this guy in there. Or maybe it's enough just to hold it with my hand. Yeah, it's coming out a little bit. Gummy stuff. At least I think it's going to come out. Let's try some baby pliers. Could also heat this up. That might be what I'll do. Get a hairdryer in here. It's also possible I need to pull that gear off. Okay, alright, we're going the other direction. See? Once you do this a few times, you kind of figure it out. Alright, so we can go the other direction with this. So, push it out. That's much easier. And then this guy will just slide out the back. Alright, here's our piece. And it is just gooey, sticky, gummy stuff. And there you have it. And this is the part here. This is common to a lot of players. 45 RPM, different makes and models. AMI used it. Obviously Rockola uses it. So we'll remove the lubrication from this. All the lubrication from this guy. And then we'll remove the lubrication from the sides, especially in here. The reason why this gets gummy is it doesn't really rotate very much. It just has a very small arc of travel. That's why it gets gummy. Now, Super Lube will certainly help prevent that. Let's check this out. Yeah, this rotating piece is not gummy at all. That's still very good. And I did put some lubricant in here, but 20 years is 20 years, so it adds up. Let me clean these up, And we'll get some super lube over here and we'll get started. Alright, everything is clean now. It's all nice and squeaky clean here. When you put everything together, it just should be nice, just perfectly good. No stickiness or anything on there. When I first went through this jukebox, it was horrible. It was just like old cement almost in here. But yeah, now this thing just spins super nice. There's no stickiness to any of it, and this will last, well, quite a while, hopefully, before it needs attention. One of the things I'm going to use is this super lube. I'm going to be trying this out. It should work really good, and I don't think it has that problem of getting sticky and gummy. But like anything, you don't want to use too much of it. Alright, of course disassembly is the easy part. Let's try reassembly and see how many times it takes me to get it right. Make sure we're like this, and actually went out the back side, didn't we? Yeah, now that everything's all free, it'll go all the way through. Alright, well, let's get some lubricant on stuff. Again, making sure not to use too much. Good, everything's feeling good. Alright, that spins really good in there. A little bit of super lube on the inside. Again, this only rotates just a tiny fraction, which is one of the reasons why these get all gummy. So I will spin it around, make sure the lubricant gets where it needs to go. Try not to get my hands too yucky. Slather this around here. I think that's about where it was. Hopefully. Everything is still nice and free. Let's move on this guy. Whoa! Nope, got it wrong. That is in the wrong position. Whoops. That's the way it goes. Alright. Good thing we got an off switch on the mechanism. Wasn't thinking, was I? Oh well. That's why we test stuff. Easy to fix. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Not paying attention. Now let's get this pin out and we'll do it again. I think we got it. Beautiful. All right, let's try it again. Make sure our mechanism isn't off. Power on. Wait for our computer to boot up. Give it another shot. I'll put it in scan here. Turn off, put it operate. We'll select, we'll just select the dummy slot, 0001. That looks good. Hit the reject there. Let's try 0101. Oh, I tried again, of course, because it needs to try it twice. It keeps trying it. 0101. Beautiful. That's all right. Hit the reject there. Oh, picked it up perfectly. All right, we are good. Let's turn the mechanism off. Power down the jukebox again, and we will put on that cover. Okay, I've got the mechanism all back together. I just burned a fresh CD. I downloaded the music from scottdenisi.com. He is the artist, and I got Total Nuclear Annihilation in the 00 slot. We're going to just sample a couple quick tunes here. We'll just first verify that it works, and I'll close the lid, and we'll fire up another tune. So we're going to go the main TNA team theme song there, Total Nuclear Annihilation. We'll go 0001. Beautiful. Excellent. Of course, we're not going to hear too much of the highs because we got the lid open and the speakers are totally facing away from us. All right, there we go. Let's hit the reject. That is working beautifully. All right, got the tunes working again. So I am very happy that this jukebox is once again going to be cranking out some awesome music. As you can see, that wasn't too difficult of a repair. Just a little bit of observation, doing some research, and these machines usually don't require too much. They don't all need CD players replaced and all that kind of fun stuff. One of the cool things about this, though, is that I can burn CDs on my computer and listen to them in here. And as you notice, one of the CDs I burned is of Total Nuclear Annihilation by the artist Scott Danesi. I hope you really check out his website, scottdanesi.com. He's got like a couple albums over there. He does some really awesome music, and we're going to play a tune that was not included on the original TNA, which is called Scarlet. So that's under 0011. Want to say thank you very much for watching, and hope you check out the rest of the channel. Let's listen to some tunes.